Hi, my name is Shekar Mantha, and I'm going to talk more about how to prioritize your backlog in the context of Agile software development. This video is part of a series called Practical Agile or How to Practice Agile. So in the last video about prioritization, I talked about how to focus on, or rather how to incorporate product and marketing strategy when you're prioritizing your backlog. So today I will focus on how to protect the team from being overwhelmed and how to keep focus, not only your focus but the team's focus and and the stakeholders' focus, which is extremely important. So one common refrain I hear from engineering teams is how they are overwhelmed with requests. So now let me say at the outset, as I said in my bottomless backlog video, more requests is a good thing, meaning there is more demand for your product. But at the same time, your team has finite capacity. It can only deliver so much value at a particular velocity. So if you have a lot of requests, then you're obviously going to potentially burn out the team. So, one extreme example I'll give you about being overwhelmed is one team I was working with felt basically that they were being held hostage by the customers, meaning the customers would not pay them until the team delivered 4 more features. So obviously, this is an extreme example of being overwhelmed. But who hasn't heard of stakeholders coming in saying, "Give me this feature, this feature, this feature," and this is after 2 sprints ago they asked for a bunch of features which you are still working on. So the answer really to this and many conundrums like this is to force a trade-off. And basically, what I like to do in these situations is I share my backlog with the stakeholder who's asking for the new features and force a trade-off. And when you do that, and then you represent your capacity and you say, look, I can only do this much, then let's have a discussion about which one do you like to be done first and which one do you like to be done later, because I can't do both of them at the same time. Invariably, what I have found is that when you do force a trade-off like this, you end up with the same backlog that you started with, meaning the person who's asking for the new stuff realizes that you are doing your best with the given capacity, and then that your previous prioritization was right. Sometimes you may have to adjust a few things, and that's just part and parcel of doing business, as it were. So you have to be able to accommodate some changes. I mean, after all, we are agile, so we are responsive to our stakeholders' needs. So the principles that are at work here, though, are transparency, trust, and collaboration. So oftentimes, what happens is that engineering teams and the non-engineering teams, I'll call them marketing teams, let's say, and I will lump executive management or management in that group. Stakeholders, they versus the team. It's the perception is it's them versus us, and that's not a good place to be in. That's not a good place to be in for yourself, for the team, as well as the stakeholders. What you really want is trust between the team, between the two groups of people, and that builds over time. Once you start delivering to the capacity that you have, keep delivering incremental value, the stakeholders realize and will realize and understand that you are delivering value, and it is in their interest not to burn out the team. And then the team also realizes that as they deliver more and more value, the the inherent value of the product grows, and the product becomes more popular, more valuable, etc. So this is the situation you want to get to, is where the groups of people are working together. So that, in other words, to be very blunt about it, it is in the interest of the stakeholders not to burn out the team, and it is in the interest of the team not to sandbag. Obviously, there is a lot to say on this subject, and I will try to cover some of the important ideas in future videos as well. Some of the important ideas I will discuss in the future videos are what does role versus position mean in Agile, and what does no hierarchy mean in Agile. Thank you for watching, and continue to share the videos, do the likes, and please give feedback. Thank you.